Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 Phoenix Ladies Open presented by the law offices of Paul J. Sacco. We're at the Shelly Sharpe Memorial Disc Golf Course located at the Vista del Camino Park. Hannah Stefanovich, along with Sheliemae Lai, Violet Main, and rounding out our card is Karissa Dedmon. We've got quite a battle going on. They've made it through what I would consider the gauntlet of holes 5, 6, and 8. By far the three most difficult holes on the course. And now looks like we're going to have the back 10 to close out. 20-hole configuration. And they're starting on a temporary hole that we saw, I think, debuted in 2021 or 2022 at this event. Little island action.
I tried.
Violet says she tried, almost ringing it up for the ace. Hannah came into the second round with a one-stroke lead over Shelly, and right now that's been reversed. Shelly has a one-stroke advantage over Hannah. Hannah's in bounds, as is Shelly, so 3 for 3.
Oh, I did it again.
And Karissa says she did it again.
Yep, I did it again.
And apparently she was in an almost identical OB position in round number 1. So from there, she'll go to the first drop zone. No problem finding inbounds, but bogey likely coming. Shelly. First birdie of the back 10. Karissa's in for bogey. Now, this is Violet going for a third birdie in a row. Remember, back on 9, she splashed the chains for an ace. Picked up the birdie on 10 and now on 11. So 3 birdies in a row. We saw here on hole number 11, just 11% of the field had pars. That's because 58% of the field had birdies and 32% of the field had bogeys. So just a mere 11% in the middle had pars. Triple Mando, of course, in effect here, and Violet says, all right, not a great shot, but I made it through the Triple Mando. That's what matters. And I know if you're used to watching the Memorial or the Shelly Sharpe, this is what we would normally deem hole number 1. Hannah's through the Triple Mando. Shelly's through the Triple Mando. That one gets a little forward skip. That should help her. And no problems for Karissa to hit the Triple Mando. 19-woman field out here today in the FPO division. More than 120 total participants. This being a premier women's only event. Shelly not able to convert. Karissa with a chance at birdie, and she too just short. Hole 12 ended up having just 2 birdies out of the 19 women. And played ultimately over par at .32. You got to assume a few people miss the Mando, and that almost immediately will then mean bogey or worse. A star par frame here for our lead card. Big shout out to Mook and Infinite. Normally he's here on site helping with the wares and the goods and the player packs and a bunch of the other items. However, had what I heard, some kind of a tree decided to get in the way of his car or fall on his car. I don't want to make it sound like he ran into a tree, because that's not the case. Sounds like a tree fell onto his vehicle, and still was able to make sure the player packs got here in time. So big shout out to Mook and the Infinite crew. $13's going to feel like a bonus birdie if you can get it. Coming in at 365 feet. Love the big drive. Oh, and gets hung up. Otherwise, that would have been parked. Hannah now just in par save mode. In fact, this has been such a difficult one that we haven't seen a single birdie on the day. Relegated to just laying up for the par. Karissa does have a look from inside the circle, and she cans it. That's going to be the first birdie by Karissa coming in on hole number 13, the only birdie out of all competitors in rounds 1 or 2. So certainly a bonus. In fact, during round 2, she was the lone birdie, but also just one bogey in the entire division on the out of anyone. So it played exactly at par. 17 pars, 1 birdie, 1 bogey, par 3. Maybe a different pin would be a little more attackable. Here we are on 14. I head to the catch cam position. And that's where I'm going to find Karissa in position, looking to pick up another birdie. Violet filtering right through the tree, no problem on the dance floor. So 2 great drives so far. Hannah looking to make it a third. Short, but in the open. Oh, little birdie's come to join us. Shelly's looking for a birdie. Can she put herself in position? Shelly's maintained the 1-stroke lead for quite a few holes now. So she'll have a look. Here's Hannah. Oh, from downtown, Hannah. Throwing it in from way back. That's going to tie her for the lead. Putting all the pressure back on Shelly. So the shortest drive results in a birdie here on 14 for Hannah. Just got to give her a little momentum boost. Karissa getting in on the action. Shelly now. Try not to be big putted. And it looks like we may see co-leaders in a moment. And after Violet puts herself in great position, pulls that one right, has to really collect her thoughts here. We saw some putting woes back on the very first hole to open up the round. And she'll escape with a par. Traffic control says both Karissa and Shelly both at the same distance. So Shelly's going to step up, make the par. And the birdie for Karissa. So coming off of the lone birdie in the field on 13, follows it up with a solid birdie on 14. She has the honors as we head over to 15. 367. Trying to take advantage of her distance.
Yeah. Let's go.
And that too will be a look. coming up short of that tree is going to be very difficult, especially with exactly how she's lined up there. I'm going to at least give Violet, I think, a long look from that high right side. If I'm not mistaken, I would say Karissa has the most distance of this card. Violet maybe would argue with that. Maybe they're a little closer than I realized, but it seems like Karissa has the biggest arm. Yeah, and just no chance at all here for Hannah really to get aggressive. She's got to be careful about the ceiling. And a very well executed approach shot. Shelly going back and forth, contemplating as to what's going to be her best stance. I like this a little more. You're able to get what feels more like a normal throwing motion in terms of your weight and your momentum by going the route she just did. Comes up short. Does Violet have another long putt in her like we saw back on hole 2? It's calling for more power. Karissa. Dang. Trying to get the putter fired up. So she'll end her birdie streak at 2 in a row there. 2 great birdies, though. Here's Shelly trying to save her par. So Shelly now going to drop a stroke, and Hannah is right there to take advantage. So we're back to where we started in terms of Hannah having a 1-stroke lead coming into the round, because Shelly's going to be tapping in for bogey in a moment. Karissa's still a few off the pace. Violet very much in the conversation as well. And what a battle we have unfolding. Just 4 holes left to play. We head over to 16. If I did my math better, you'd say 16 through 20 is a total of 5 holes to play. That flirts with the OB line. I feel like, I don't know if they were disc golf spectators or not, but I feel like they're kind of like birds flocking, like when you throw near a bird and then all of a sudden they all just get up and scatter. That's exactly what it looked like there. Hannah has a look. Same thing that we'll see here for Violet. Now Shelly, who just a couple of holes ago had the 1-stroke lead, now to the 1-stroke deficit where she started the round. And we'll see how much those tree branches come into play. That is one of those dangerous zones where it's tough to tell what you're going to be able to do or how aggressive you want to be, especially to elevated pin, as we see Karissa from way over by the sidewalk. And Hannah's opportunity at birdie is too tall. Hits the top band. Violet can now pull into a tie for the lead. She doesn't draw any medal. Maybe even more distance coming back. This is to save par. And even longer now for Violet. Shelly, opportunity for a share of the lead. And she gets it. Birdie for Shelly. She's knotted up for first place along with Hannah. And Violet was so close as she then puts in for bogey. So close to possibly become a co-leader. And now is going to fall back behind our leader by 2 after the 3-putt. And Karissa doesn't get hers to drop for par. Can appreciate Hannah, even on the shortest of putts, saying, hey, let's not give myself any reason or excuse to miss a short one. Taking off the bag and saying that's the right move. I agree. Right up the middle for Shelly. Hole 17, not a lot to it. Certainly plays as one of the easier holes on the course. In fact, the 3rd easiest hole on the course. Not quite the distance needed, but that at least gives her a look. 17 and 19 are 2 out of the 3 easiest holes on the course. So knowing you're going to finish out with a birdie look on probably both of these 2 holes, you have to be thinking ahead about your overall position and when you have time to strike, how aggressive. Maybe do you want to be on 18 and 20? But 17 and 19, 2 holes you really need to get. Not really enough height for Karissa. She pitches that one up short. Violet looking to come back. Not quite the bounce back she had back on holes 1 and 2. And Hannah having to go to a knee due to the low-hanging branch. That's leaving Shelly here with an opportunity for the outright lead. And it eventually drops in. Shelly, now your leader. I'm getting kind of stressed out just watching this go back and forth. We see that Violet right there contending with the 2 of them until the 3-putt. Now Hannah and Shelly going back and forth as Violet will tap in for her par. Karissa looking to do the same. I want to say big shout out to our tournament director, Jamie, along with Stacy, who I know is always there helping out. Of course, our presenting sponsor in the law offices of Paul J. Sacco, Chris, Tim. Just an incredible group of people to help make all this event happen. Jamie's made it a family affair with her mom, Jan, and also her sister, Jeannie. We're missing the other Jeannie. We've got a Devin. We've got so many people helping out, including all the sponsors. A good shot for Hannah, which is going to come up short, but still give her a look for birdie. And I say it all the time. Part of the reason I'm able to film in Arizona over and over and over again, the crew over at First Light, Dan and Robin and everyone else associated, thank you guys so much. You would not see as much coverage of Arizona disc golf if I didn't have the support of First Light, along with Dan and Robin and Boyd. Can't say it enough. Thank you guys. Nice patent pending shot coming up for Violet after she hits the one tree in the middle of the fairway you had to avoid. Shelly opting to go left. She did look at the right side, then looked at the left, then right, then back to left. Hannah not able to take advantage. She has a 1-stroke deficit, just 19 and 20 left to play. Violet has a bogey coming. Karissa, on the other hand, picking up birdies when really no one else was on a number of these holes. No point does Shelly speed up or we'll say, sacrifice her routine. She goes through all of her motions, making sure she's good to go. Obviously, the final few crucial moments with just 2 holes left to play. Hole 19 is the easiest hole on the course. So as we step up to it, knowing that it needs to get birdied, possibly even an ace run. This is a temporary hole, playing from up near Tournament Central. Just a gentle little hyzer, and you don't want to be left. Good angle. Short, playing a skip. A little left on the putt, but it's going to be wide open. Hannah goes with a standstill. And it will get it even closer. So that should add a little pressure to what Shelly has for her putt. Hannah, an all but guaranteed tap in. As she sits 1 behind. Karissa punched through the tree, but not enough. Just short. Huge putt for Shelly to maintain a 1-stroke lead with 1 to play. No doubt. You didn't see any hesitation or what appear to be nerves. Not tentative. Good shot by Shelly. She should take the 1-stroke lead into the final hole. The question is, can Hannah do something to tie her up, possibly even extend this, or with the water that's on hole 20, could she even possibly leapfrog her, get past her? Hannah's back to even par for her round. Shelly's 2 under for hers. We head into the 40th hole of competition on the day. Shelly, a 1-stroke lead. She needs to find at least ground. Doesn't matter where it goes from there. Shelly's inbounds. The approach shot not guaranteed to be so as well, though. The basket plays right next to the water. Hannah. Also inbounds, but still long range. She'll have a look for birdie. Advantage Stefanovich when it comes to being on the green here. Violet, giving it plenty of power. And as we start to close out, I've thanked so many of our sponsors and all of the incredible people to make this tournament happen, along with my coverage. Thank you to all of you, including the little sponsors you see in the transition screens between holes. My boy, Spicy Boy, was out there doing work. Round 1 will be a montage of shots. Now, Shelly has to at least keep this in bounds. Can't run at it, but does put it right next to the basket, putting all pressure back on Hannah to possibly extend this. She needs to tie it up so they could go into overtime. Violet, knowing where she stands, is just going to pitch up for the par. Hannah, to tie for the lead and push it into extra holes. Tentative, not quite enough, so Shelly will have a short-range putt. Hannah has to put this in for the par. Shelly has short range remaining. And if you're thinking about supporting me via Patreon, anyone that's a supporter 2 months short of when I hit 100,000 will be getting a free disc through my Patreon account. But right now, Shelly looking to tap in. This would be a victory in a 19-woman field. She is your champion at the 2023 Phoenix Ladies Open, presented by the law offices of Paul J. Sacco. Violet Main there to congratulate her.
Great job.
Hannah comes up just short. Shelly gets past her by 1. Nick Newton in the background celebrating a birthday. As Karissa comes over and celebrates a fellow competitor from SoCal. And with that, your champion yet again, Sheliemae Lai. I catch up with her immediately following the round. This is my first time doing so as she gets a hug from her husband. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Here's an interview with Sheliemae Lai. We'll see you guys next year. I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and that was my video blog. I'm here with Sheliemae Lai, winner of the Phoenix Ladies Open, presented by Paul J. Sacco. What a battle. First of all, congratulations. This is the first time I believe that I've met you.
Yeah, yeah.
And first time on film, and now champion. Seems like a pretty damn good day.
It was a good day. It was a tiring day. It was hot. It was a battle the entire way, Terry. The whole time we were trading this whole round.
So that maybe answers the next question. You're well aware of what the scores were and how things were going out there, weren't you?
Oh yeah, yeah. And everybody on my card I've played with before. I'm very familiar with everybody's play styles, but I tried to, you know, stick to my game plan and keep my head level until the very end.
Like we said, we saw the strokes going back and forth. We really didn't know how it was going to shake out. What are you doing to keep yourself kind of calm in a situation like this when you know you're right in the thick of it?
I try to just focus on every shot. And so I was mentioning to you earlier, I just watched your blog of last year as I was watching Own. I came out here with James, my husband, and did a practice round. I was like, okay, putt like Own. And I'm doing that in the round because she just, you know, is inspiring me every single putt. Just be confident. That's what I've been struggling with, and that was my goal for this tournament, was to have confident putts.
Well, it certainly worked, and certainly following in the footsteps of Own, who not only is a great putter, but of course has taken this event down. As we start to close out 2023, do you have anything that you're still looking forward to, that you're playing, or that you're going to be doing here in 2023?
Yeah, I have a couple more tournaments. Down in San Diego, we have the SoCal Championships. We have, oh my gosh, my mind is blanking right now. I might have another one after that. Not sure yet if I can get off the wait list, but other than that, that's it.
Okay. Anything you'd like to say to supporters, maybe the first time people are seeing you play, or sponsors or anyone else you'd like to thank?
Oh yes, definitely. I'd definitely like to thank Discraft. I'm on the underground team. Thank you. I love my discs. Doghouse Disc Golf Shop down in Santee at Mass Park. I'm a proud team member for them. I want to shout out the Birdie Babes San Diego. So we are trying to grow the San Diego women's team to be just as large as this one here, 124 participants. One day, hopefully, we can have a tournament just like this.
Well, it's been incredible, and I'm going to thank
Upper Park.
Oh, and Upper Park. And I'm going to thank your husband, who acted as cameraman and caddy for the day.
Yes, and my mom, who's watching my daughter right now, is, without them, I couldn't do this. So.
Your champion here in Arizona, that's Sheliemae Lai. Now I know. Sheliemae Lai, your champ here in Arizona. We'll catch you guys at the next one.